Today we're going to be taking a look at the VM22 by Vaporesso. This product was sent to me for the purpose of this review. Let's go ahead, open it up, and see what it comes with. Inside of the package, you are going to get the VM22 battery and tank. Now this is going to be an all-in-one. The tank and the battery both cannot be used separately, so this is an all-in-one device. Additionally, you do get two coil heads. One is going to be their mouth-to-lung C-cell coil, and the other one is going to be the restricted direct lung mesh coil. You also get a USB charging cable, a little parts bag with spare O-rings for the tank, a user advisory card, and your VM Solo 22 user manual. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the VM Solo. So here is the VM Solo 22 tank. Now it gets the name 22 because it is 22 millimeters in diameter. This is a stick battery mod. It's non-adjustable. You just have your fire button right here, and that's going to allow you to turn the device on and off with 5 clicks and fire the tank as well. So here is the stick battery. The battery is going to be 2000 milliamp hours, so quite a big battery. At the very top, you do have some non-adjustable airflow, so this airflow is not adjustable. Even though the ring looks like it can be turned, it is not adjustable. So you've got 3 holes on this side as well as 3 holes on this side, and that's going to be where your airflow comes in for the tank. Flipping it over to the back, you have your micro USB charging port. Now this battery does support 2 amp charging, so it does have fast charging. Taking a look at the VM22 tank, you do have a removable 510 drip tip at the top. It is going to be a top fill device, so you can go ahead, when this is installed on the battery, you can remove your top cap and fill it with e-liquid this way. Just go ahead and replace the top cap there. So it's not a quarter turn like the previous Vaporesso device that I reviewed. This one does have like 3 to 4 turns, so still not a lot of threads, but here at the bottom is where you're going to install your coil. So we do have the C-cell and the mesh coil. I'm going to go ahead and use the C-cell coil for this one because I am using their mesh coil in another device of theirs that I am reviewing. So let's go ahead and pop out the C-cell coil. So the C-cell coil is a 1 ohm coil, and to install this coil, you're simply just going to drop it in the center. It's not held in by any O-rings or threads, it just sits in there. You do want to make sure when you place the coil in that you place it with this gold contact facing up. That's going to be the part of the coil that needs to go down in here, and then of course we can just go ahead and screw these together. And once you screw them together and make sure they're all nice and tight, then you can go ahead and unscrew the top cap to fill the tank. You've pretty much got all of this opening around the sides of the coils that you can fill, so no problems here with getting a bottle there. You've got plenty of room. Any size bottle, you're going to be able to fill this one up, no problem. Now you do want to make sure that you do not overfill it because it is completely open here at the top. If you overfill it and you try to put this little cap on the top of it, you are going to have e-liquids spilling out. So you do want to make sure that you're very careful not to go up to the threads of the coil. If you reach the threads of the coil, you've went too far. And then once we go ahead and tighten that back down, we do need to let this device sit for 5 to 10 minutes so that coil can fully saturate. Now once you've let the coil fully saturate, you can go ahead and turn on your device. Also, another helpful tip when saturating your coil, you can go ahead and do a couple primer puffs on the device before you turn it on, or without pushing the fire button. So you'll just take a couple pulls. That'll help draw the e-liquid into your coil a little bit quicker for you. So 5 clicks to turn the device on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to see it's going to flash multiple colors. So when you press down the fire button, it is going to display a color behind the button there. You do have a little LED. If it's green, that's going to indicate that your battery is full. If it displays blue, that's going to indicate that your battery is half full. And then red is going to indicate that you need to charge your battery. So unfortunately, the manual doesn't give any specific battery specifications as to percentages, but basically green means you're good to go. Blue, you may need to charge your device. Red, you definitely need to charge your device. So that's it. That's the VM Solo 22. Let's go back up top, have a vape on it, and I'll give you my thoughts and opinions. And that was an up-close look at the VM Solo 22 by Vaporesso. So what are my thoughts? First thing we're going to go over is fit and finish. Everything on this fits really nicely together. I really like the stainless steel finish that I received. It's really nice. It has a little bit of brushed to it, so it's not a high gloss. It's not a fingerprint magnet, which really makes me happy, because a lot of times when they put like a high shine on stainless steel, it just shows all the fingerprints and smudges. But this one has a brushed finish, so it is really nice in that it doesn't show a lot of fingerprints. The next pro on this is going to be the flavor and vapor production. So this is not variable voltage or variable wattage. It just sets a set output. I believe the output is going to be 3.7 volts, and then of course the wattage is calculated by when you put the resistance of the coil on there. It's obviously the wattage is going to be different for each resistance. But anyway, as far as vapor output, I really do like it. It's non-adjustable airflow, which we'll talk about that here in a minute, but the flavor that I'm getting off of the Vaporesso coil heads is really nice. So I do currently have the C-Cell 1 ohm coil head, because I was using the 0.6 ohm mesh in another device, so I already know what the 0.6 ohm mesh tastes like. I want to know what the C-Cell coil tastes like, so I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate the vapor production for you. So a decent amount of vapor production, and the flavor is really nice. Now I will say this vape is a very cool vape. There's not really any warmth to it, so if you're somebody that likes your vapes to be really nice and warm, this one may not be for you. You might want to try out the mesh coil, however, because the mesh coil does have a little bit more warmth to it. But even without the warmth, I do find the flavor comes through very nicely on the C-Cell coils. And I also find that the C-Cell coils tend to last a bit longer than the mesh or standard round wire coils. So the next big pro on this device is going to be that it supports 2 amp fast charging, so you're going to be able to charge this device fairly quickly, and also it has a 2000 milliamp hour battery, so you are going to get quite a bit of battery life off of this device. Now let's talk about some of the things that I don't like about the device. So the main thing that I don't like about this device is that it's non-adjustable airflow. And the draw on this is going to be a very, very tight direct lung draw, or a very loose mouth to lung draw. And I feel like loose mouth to lung draw is kind of, it just doesn't feel right. It feels like it needs to be tighter, or it needs to be looser so you can actually do a regular direct lung pull. So what would have made this device all the more better for me would be if this airflow down here was on an adjustable ring, so that I could actually tighten it down to a nice tight mouth to lung, instead of having to deal with it being a loose mouth to lung. Now I do like very tight restricted direct lung pulls, so it doesn't bother me too much because I vape that way anyway, but it kind of just feels like it's just slightly off. Like the airflow isn't the greatest on either. It's not the greatest on the mouth to lung, and it's not the greatest on the direct lung. I feel like just giving me the option to just either cut one hole down or open one hole up would have made this device perfect for me for on the go carrying around, kind of stealthy. It does produce a lot more vapor, so it's not completely stealthy, but I will say it is nice and compact. It's one of those that you can turn it off, throw it in your purse, throw it in your pocket. It doesn't take up a lot of space, so I really like it for that. So that's my thoughts on the VM Solo 22. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, click that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.